Alright, one more quick video where I try to address using that structure to answer these conceptual problems. Explain why race cars might want to have a low mass. So, if you'll recall, the structure I tried to say is number 1, state what happens. Two, state the law that applies. And 3, connect 1 and 2. So explain why race cars might want to have a low mass. Race cars want to have a low mass so they can have large accelerations. So that's a basic statement of what's going on there. Now what law applies here? Newton's second law. And I'm only going to, again, say the part of the law that applies to this specific line. I don't have to say all of Newton's second law. So Newton's second law states that acceleration is inversely proportional to mass. So as mass goes down, acceleration can go up. This means that lower mass cars can have larger accelerations, or if you want, changes in speed and direction. So, number 1, say what's happening. Number 2, state the law. And number 3, maybe not necessary this time, but I'm being thorough. Connect what was said in the law to what was said in statement number 1. Explain how a rocket engine works. So, number 1, what actually happens with a rocket engine? Well, a rocket engine accelerates forward by releasing gas out the back. The law that applies here is Newton's third law. And in most Newton's third law, once we state Newton's third law, all we really need to do is state what the action and reaction force is, and it's fairly clear what's happening. So here in Newton's third law, Newton's third law states that for every action force there's an equal and opposite reaction force. So what that means is when the rocket applies a backward force on the gas. The rocket experiences a forward force that is the reaction force to the applied force in the gas. So when the rocket applies a backward force on the gas, the rocket will experience a forward force. That's actually probably a sentence like that. That force is the reaction force to the applied force on the gas. So if there's an action and reaction force.